Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 525 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Roland, and he writes an answer to my question, how is his organ playing going on these days? He writes, very well, thank you. As I studied in the Netherlands and before that in Austria, I was nervous of becoming too one-sidedly Dutch Germanic in my repertoire and my approach, so am now preparing French repertoire and I have tuition in Paris with Professor Cauchefer Choplin, with whom you have recorded the interesting interview in the coming period. So, Aušra, it seems that Roland wants to now become more balanced organist, not only focusing on the German side of the repertoire, but also the French side of the repertoire. First of all, before you say something, do you think that German and French sides of the organ historical playing schools are the only ones that needed to be taken into consideration?
No, that's what I wanted to say, because I think that the sort of beginning of music itself is not in Germany, and it's not in the Netherlands, it's not in France, it's in Italy probably.
Yes.
So that's, you should consider Italian school as well. Or, those Frescobaldi pieces and, other masters. And there is also, Spanish school, which is also fascinating with its chamats. And music, especially the Baroque music, was quite polyphonic at that time.
Yeah.
So it's also worth of consideration. Plus, also English tradition. All those virginalists, of course, if he knows the Netherlands music very well, so went through Swelling, of course he gets an idea of English virginalists. So I guess sometimes we spend too much focusing on these two countries, Germanic and French.
But Professor Cauchefer Choplin is a renowned figure when it comes to improvisation, for example, and the French repertoire, so it will not hurt him in any way. Obviously, it's very nice that he has listened to the podcast conversation with Professor Sophie Veronique Cauchefer Choplin that I recorded. I think at the beginning of the time when I was just starting doing podcasts.
Yes, I remember that time when you were, taking an interviewing.
She was on the jury of Čiurlionis International Organ Competition in Vilnius 4 years ago.
That's right.
Which will start also in 2 weeks, I think, or less than 2 weeks. almost in a week. So we will try to also to listen to some of the organists and maybe to interview some jurors too, if they agree.
Sure. And talking about Roland, I think it's important when you are during your study years, as he now obviously is, to experience as much countries, and to try as many instruments and to know as many traditions as you can. But I guess at some point in your life, you have probably to choose which area will be the area of your concentration, of your main focus.
Do you think it's necessary to do that?
Well, I guess if you are sort of like a freelance musician, then probably not. But if you consider to work, let's say, in the university, let's say in the United States, then yes, I think it's necessary. Because if I'm thinking about any professor back in the States, each of them would have their main focus of studies. Don't you think so? Because I don't think it's possible to know everything in depth, because there are so many countries with different traditions and so many organ composers and such a wide range of repertoire, starting from the Middle Ages and finishing nowadays. I don't think it's possible to be equally good, and knowledgeable in each of those spheres. Don't you think so?
Well, there are three ways to be successful in organ playing. Not just one. To specialize, yes, this is one way to become the best in your area, in the small area, right? Rather small. For example, you discover a very curious composer who didn't receive much appreciation when he lived, or perhaps he is living now, and you could record everything that composer wrote or writes, become the go-to person, the expert in this music, right? And you will be known for that very, very narrow topic. That's what OSHA is talking about. Another way is to become the first inventor of something. For example, let's say Harold Vogel, right?
Yes.
I don't know if he was the first, but to me he is the first in re-energizing focus and attention to early organs in that
Ostfriesland.
yes, area of the Netherlands and North Germany called Ostfriesland, with fantastic instruments and music from the manuscripts, tablatures, early performance techniques. Maybe there were other people involved in that, but he's the most prominent figure in leading this movement, Harold Vogel. Right? And what's the third one?
I don't know. As you wanted to tell, so tell us.
Okay.
Or you forgot while talking about two others.
The third way is to become different. Different from anybody else that you know. For example, okay, give Jean Guillou. Is he an expert in the French music? Yes, he is, but so are many others, So what is he most, or what was he most well known for? Improvisations and his own compositions.
But many French organists are very famous for their improvisations. So how is he different from others?
His style is different from others, you see.
Well, yeah.
You know that.
I know that, yes.
So be yourself. You can easily be yourself, but the problem is that you have to be yourself or stick to one particular path, 1, 2, or 3 for a long time, so that people will start noticing you.
True.
Because at first they will ignore you, then they will laugh at you, then they fight you, and only then you win.
Yes, and I think the worst thing that might happen that after your graduation you might play only the pieces that you have learned during your study years. I know many organists like that, especially in Lithuania. That we have learned, let's say, 20 pieces during the study years and we keep playing them all the life. Not trying anything new. I guess you just have to keep your curiosity going even after graduation.
To keep a beginner's mind, always be prepared to accept that you don't know everything.
Yes, I think that's the most important thing.
And be hungry for new knowledge and new skills. Okay guys, this was Vidas.
And Ausra.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, the sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses and all your help.
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor.
Robert writes, it has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching.
Roland writes, Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward.
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas
and Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.